Hey guys, welcome to another video, and today in this video we will talk about dual SIM phones and why do I feel that dual SIM phones are going to end very soon. Let's get started. Before starting the video, if you guys still haven't subscribed to my channel, then hit the subscribe button as well as hit the bell icon to get notified whenever I upload a new video to this channel. Now let's start with our topic. Before talking about these dual SIM phones, let's talk about VoLte and what this VoLte is. When Reliance Jio launched, we heard about this term VoLte. Everybody wanted a phone with VoLte feature. Then the manufacturers started making VoLte, cheap VoLte phones, and now all the phones which are there in the market having VoLte support. Then what is this VoLte and what is it used for? VoLte means voice over LTE. LTE means long-term evolution, that is 4G. That 4G means your LTE. So voice over 4G network is called voice over LTE. The VoLte is first introduced by Reliance Jio, and now Airtel and Vodafone are going to have that feature in that network. Reliance Jio completely works on internet protocol. That means to access Reliance Jio, you must have an active internet connection, and through that internet connection, your calls and data works. We are having some numbers like 7008 or 79788, like this number which has been assigned by Reliance Jio to us, and we are having that number as our Jio number. But the truth is that behind that number we are having the IP address through which the person who wants to connect to you are connecting with you. When you are dialing a number in your phone from your Jio number or to a Jio customer, that means you are dialing the number, but the behind of that number, the IP address is there. Basically you are calling to the IP address of that person. That's why the calls are getting connected immediately when you just dial the number, because it's an IP to IP call, which is much faster if you compare to 3G calls. So Reliance Jio is completely works on internet protocol, and for that we must have an active internet connection. This is overall idea about VoLte. Now you will ask, then how the calls are getting connected even if our Reliance Jio mobile data turn off? In that case, when you are switching off the mobile data, then all the other applications which are there in your phone are not having access to internet connection. But in the background, the mobile data is still on and it's still connected to Reliance Jio server, so that you are getting the IP address to make or can receive calls. That's why you are able to make calls and can receive calls even if your mobile data is switched off in your Reliance Jio. If your phone doesn't have VoLte support, then if you switch off your mobile data, then the calls won't connect, because VoLte completely works on internet protocol. That's why the phones which doesn't have VoLte are using Jio voice application to make calls, because their phone are not having VoLte, which is through which we can make calls in Reliance Jio network. Now talking about this VoLte completely works on IMS domain. IMS domain is a network, and that is technical part and I am not going into that. But for VoLte calls, IMS domain or IMS network is responsible. Through this IMS network, all the 4G calls are getting connected and we are receiving calls, or we can make calls through this IMS network only. That's why for VoLte, internet connection is a must. Even if you are switching off the mobile data, it's still on in the background and accessing internet, and it's connected to Jio server, and you are getting the IP address so that you can make calls and can receive calls. And now let's discuss about Airtel and Vodafone, because they are having 4G service in India. Airtel and Vodafone are having 4G service only for data, and for calls they are still using 3G service. That's why when they are getting calls in Airtel or Vodafone, the network automatically switches back to 3G and they are getting the call or can make the calls. They are using the 4G only for data. In Reliance Jio, 4G service is used to make calls as well as for data. That's why VoLte is a must feature in Reliance Jio if you want to make calls. Hope you got a good idea about this Reliance Jio VoLte feature and the normal 4G which Airtel and Vodafone are having. Airtel and Vodafone are having 4G only for data, but in Reliance Jio the calls and the data, everything is happening over 4G network. That's why VoLte is a must feature in Reliance Jio if you want to make calls and receive calls. Now let's talk about dual SIM phones. And why do I feel that dual SIM phones are going to end? Now I will show you how this dual SIM phone works with Reliance Jio VoLte service. As you can see, this is my phone which is having Jio SIM as well as BSNL SIM. The BSNL SIM is a 3G SIM, that's why I have put this network mode to 3G or 2G. It will connect to 3G or 2G according to the availability in the network. Like that, the Reliance Jio, I have set this to LTE only because Reliance Jio doesn't have the switching back technology to 3G or 2G. That's why I have put this mode to LTE only. And here in mobile data, as you can see, the preferred SIM card is SIM2 because Reliance Jio completely works on internet protocol that we have already discussed. So without internet, it won't work. And even if I will switch off this mobile data, still Reliance Jio will work because the mode is on LTE only. Now I want to use the internet connectivity with my BSNL number. So for that, I will change the mobile data from SIM2 to SIM1. But once I will do this, the SIM1 will have the LTE 3G or 2G mode by default, and the Reliance Jio will switch back to 3G or 2G, in which it won't work. Because we have already discussed, Reliance Jio doesn't have that technology of switching back because it's having VoLte support. And VoLte SIM, that means the VoLte, which is Reliance Jio, should have always on LTE only, and for LTE you have to have mobile data on that SIM only. So if I will change to SIM1, then my SIM1 will work as the internet connectivity network, and my SIM2 won't get the network because it switches back to 3G or 2G, which doesn't support in Reliance Jio. So now you can see I have changed the mode and it's showing BSNL is on LTE 3G or 2G, but it's a 3G SIM, that's why it will automatically connect to 3G. But Reliance Jio, it's a 4G SIM, so it won't work with 3G or 2G. But if you have a AIRTEL SIM which doesn't have VoLte, or Vodafone SIM which is not having VoLte yet, then it will work because they have the capability of switching back to 3G or 2G according to the availability in the network. So this is the problem, guys. As you can see, the BSNL network is now on LTE 3G or 2G, but it's a 3G SIM, that's why it will connect to 2G or 3G. But as one SIM is already connected to LTE, the other SIM will on 3G or 2G, because in these phones you cannot use LTE on both the SIMs at the same time, and that is the problem what I was talking about. And now I have connectivity, my mobile internet connection is on SIM1. As you can see, this is on SIM1, and if I want to make a call from my Reliance Jio now, then we will see the mobile network is not registered. As you can see, not registered on network because we have changed the SIM card to SIM1 instead of SIM2 on mobile data. So if I again change this mobile Jio network to LTE, then it will receive the signal, but the SIM1 will switches back to 3G or 2G. And this will be the problem. AIRTEL is already testing its network on VoLte, and Vodafone will also have the VoLte support, and everybody will have VoLte support within next few months. Then the problem with this dual SIM phone will be like you cannot use VoLte on both the SIM cards at the same time. So you have to use a VoLte SIM and you have to use another SIM without VoLte support. If manufacturer will make phones with both the SIM card active at the same time and uses LTE at the same time, then both VoLte SIM will work on a single phone. So that's it for this video, guys, and hope you got a good idea about how this dual SIM phone works. And if you found this video helpful, then give it a thumbs up, share with your friends and let them know how this thing works, and do subscribe to my channel. So thanks for watching, guys, and we'll catch you in the next one.